Oh, everything looks good, and I'm going to click got it. And Pete, I'm getting word from the control room. That is the green light we've been waiting for. If you are tuning in now, you might realize we are a few minutes late. Technical difficulties come with the game. But we're back up and we're going to give this the best shot we got. We are here for a special edition, a special live stream of the Radrcahow show. Tonight's exciting. It's a lot of preparation. We're 30 days out from the Ultimatescaletruckexpo. And we got a good guest with us tonight. But before we do that, we're going to go through the motions, go through the formalities, pay the bills, help keep the lights on. So we'll check off a few boxes here with the proper introduction. Hello, my name is Mike, aka Munster. I am the CEO and owner of a small mom and pop shop called Carryallrc and an RC enthusiast at boot. The Radrcahow show, a couple of RC addicted dads giving you a look into the world of RC through our lens. We are not professionals. You're going to learn that very quickly. The bloopers are free and the laughs are just an extra. So you're here to have a good time and hang out with us. If it's your first time, welcome. If you are a repeat customer coming back for more, we want to thank you. But to all of you, we encourage you to please, before you leave, you don't need to go home, but you can't stay here before you check out. We kindly ask you to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. That's what's going to give you those early warnings and remind you about all the good stuff with the giveaways, the promo codes, working with these different vendors. We get all that kind of stuff, and you know, be the first one to be qualified for one of our contests or something. So hit the subscribe button, please, and pound that bell button. That's the formality. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's get down to business. We'll put our game faces on. If you didn't notice, the Eagles game is happening. And if I can take a few minutes from the Eagles game to sit here tonight and do a little Q&A with the man that runs USTE, I think we could all just take a few minutes to just sit down with him. So bear with us as we get through the motions, and we'll hop over to Rob in a second. As you noticed, this is a two-man show. This is a tag team effort. It does not happen without my co-host, the co-host with the Moses, the man who makes this ship sail straight week after week, keeps us in check. I am here with none other than my man, Peter. How are you, sir?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Good to be back. Saturday night, man. You know, one of my favorite events. You know, I'm looking forward to hearing from the man. You know, a lot of preparation to hear about status. You know, been following USTE on Facebook. Does a great job keeping everybody up to date. All the people attending, answering questions and stuff. One of the best groups I've seen on Facebook as far as information and just a well-run event. And I know he'll say this a lot. He has a whole army behind him that helps and supports him with the organization. So very interested to hear what's in store for this year. I know we're going to go live from the event, and what a week it's been, you know, busy week. I know you were working all week, and just a lot of different stuff going on, a lot of wrenching, a lot of different things, and things we'll talk about tonight. So I want to thank our sponsors, Carryall, Treal, CowRc, Rebel, Crazy Crawler Foams. I know you got some new foams in. I know people are getting those 1.0s. Talk about that. Crazy Crawler Foams, Powerhobby 2.4 Designs, Crawler Cult RC, RC Misfits, Scale Rat Adventure RC, Wesmade, RC Prorack, FMS, Race Place Hobbies, Remote Control Hobbies Orlando, and our buddy Real Sticky, RC Car Action, and our buddy send us those garages, Bobby RC. I know you got yours today. So yeah, it's been a busy week, and hope the Giants win tonight, man. You know.
Oh, right away. We're going to go with the New York Philadelphia thing right out of the gate. That's fine. To all you meatballs in the chat room, if anyone's got a TV, Fish and Bill, I'm talking to you. I know you got a TV in the background there. If you guys want to keep us updated on a score while we're going along, that's greatly appreciated. I wanted to say we got at RC busting our stones right out of the gate. So thank you to you at RC for saying better late than never. Yes, we're a little rusty, getting a little speed bump right out of the gate, but hopefully we get this all straightened out and we'll get through the night easily. We owe this to Rob to give him a clean show. If you go back earlier, Pete, you remember it was broken up into a two-man segment, two show segment. That was all me at that point.
Well, if you go through the archive, there's only one segment that has two parts.
Yeah.
And, so we
Poor Rob.
We kind of owe it to him. And then quickly looking at the chat room, we got Fish and Bill, we got Tyler, we got Bobby, we got Wayne, we got Jeff, our buddy from Connecticut, at ease. We got Fish and Bill, we got Operation 11 Charlie. Thank you guys from time after time for tuning in live. And yeah, we're growing, man. Hopefully our first giveaway, we're about 382. So we're getting close to that 500 milestone. And like we mentioned last week, we just got Scale Garages in. We got CowRc. We got Rebel. So like, share the page, share the channel. We'll get past this FMS giveaway. And we got a lot of giveaways coming down the pipe. And I'm in possession of the garages. Mike's got stuff at his side, so we want to get past and
we got stuff to give away, but we're going to hold the line. We're going to say 500 subs to get it started, and then after that, we'll start sharing something. As they share it with us, we'll share it with the world. But it's just getting over that first hurdle. Okay, down 27 already. He wants to say it's going to be that kind of show in the comments. I can see this already. Now, I did have my Sorka rules with me for tonight, but we are not going to need them for this show. We are not going to need them for this event. But we do have something new that we're going to try tonight. So bear with me, everyone, in the comment section. I'm going to fade away from you for a hot minute. I got to pull up on my phone a new segment of our show that we're going to try tonight. It is called This or That. And the concept will be simple. About 1 minute, we'll set the timer and we're going to go rapid fire, this or that. Play along in the comments if you all want to. It's encouraged to play along. But this will be putting our guest in the hot seat right out of the gate. Hopefully, this is what kind of, loosens up the knuckles a little bit, gets the juices flowing, wakes everyone up. We'll give the chance to get to know the guest right out of the gate. Now, obviously, it's not going to work so well with our guest tonight because unless you're living under a rock and you don't know who this person is, this will really work in the future if we get a lesser known guest. But pretty much everyone knows who Rob is for the most part. At least, what I think the fairest statement to say there, Pete, is I think most are going to know what Ultimate Scale Truck Expo is. They at least heard of that. Maybe they might not have gotten to know the personal side of Rob and Panda and Joy and the small army that takes to run this event, but we're going to get to know them a little bit. We're going to try it. Now, Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. If you don't know, this is an event for dollhouse trucks, and I made that little jab and comment about the Sorka rules, but I mean it's kind of a true statement. This is not a competition by any means. I mean, leave the alpha male side of you at home, check the ego at the door, and come here to have fun. That's what this is all about. An expo to just get out there on the trail, have fun, meet the vendors. I mean, these vendors are at the booth for a reason, for you to come up and talk to them, hang out with them. In fact, you're even going to get out on the trail and rub elbows with some of these people out there on the trail. Some of these trucks that you see on Instagram or Facebook all the time, see them at the event. It's a great event, Pete. I'm ready to turn the green light on him whenever you are.
My cat's in full charge of this video now.
Oh, we have a special guest. Look at you. That's kind of one of the questions on this or that, cat or dog. So that's your first cheat question. Rob, Thank you, sir, for giving us a half hour of your time and a whole lot of hours of your life dedicated to Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. You give us so much of yourself. Thank you for sharing a few minutes with us today on YouTube to kind of go through a little Q&A and get people geared up and excited for what's about to happen next month.
Yeah, well, everybody that's anybody is coming to Florida to escape the cold weather you live in right now.
Right, and that's a fact.
It's generally not cold down here, so it's a plus.
Now, I mean, yeah, cold. You guys dip into your 30s, there's no question, but we get cold. So yeah, there's a reason that people from the north come down to the south to escape.
Yep.
I'm excited to come see some palm trees and warm up for a little bit. So, Rob, let's for people that don't know, why don't you start off with a brief introduction who you are?
Sure. So I guess you would say that I am an avid RC enthusiast. I have been into RCs, into hobby grade RCs from the mid 80s, and have done just about everything you can do in RC. Ground-based modeling. I've raced dirt oval cars. I've raced super speedway cars. I've raced off-road buggies, off-road trucks. I've raced on-road four-wheel drive touring cars. I've built and flown ducted fans, turbine jets, helicopters, drones. You name it, I've done it with RC for the most part. Really, I learned to build aircraft, which is what drew me into what we do with scale model trucking, right? So I was very much a kit builder back in the day. You couldn't just go buy an aircraft and slam it together in 20 minutes and fly it. You spent 20 hours just getting the framework together, and that would be for something simple. So yeah, I'm just a modeler, normal guy like you two,
But you had a great idea and a vision with a partner to come up with something special and very unique at the time.
But it was not my idea.
I know.
100% was not my idea.
And you often make that very clear.
My good friend Corey, it was his idea. And it was, we have like Recon G6s, right? We know what that means. And we have Sorca. Everybody knows what that is. And we have all sorts of competitions, but what we didn't have was a modeling get together, right? Where we celebrate the modeling side of things. So his idea, I said, this is genius. We're totally doing this. And then I guess now you'd say the rest is sort of history.
It sure is. Okay, so Rob, we're going to do this before we take another step forward. We're going to try the new segment of our show, This or That. I'm going to go rapid fire through a list of questions. Hopefully, we'll get to know some of a different side of you and who you are and what you're all about. This is either going to work very well or fall flat. So, Peter, if you set the time clock, we're going to go rapid fire through this. You keep up with me. I'm going to give you an example. Call or text, and you give your answer.
Oh.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Poker or blackjack?
Blackjack.
Lexan or hard body?
Hard body.
Wood or ice or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
A cheesesteak or a hoagie?
Cheesesteak.
Flat rail or C channel?
C channel.
1.9 or 2 2s?
1.9s, 1.55.
That wasn't an option on this one. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Burger King or McDonald's?
Burger King.
Action or comedy?
Yes.
Cat or dog?
Cat.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Sunrise or sunset?
Ugh. Sunrise, but I hate mornings.
Scale or performance? Now, we're going to keep going. We're going to say it for 1 minute. Scale or okay.
Scale means different things to different people. That's a whole nother.
Fair enough. Yes. Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Samsung or iPhone?
Smartphones. That would be a Samsung.
All right. These get good. A unicorn or dragons?
Dragon.
UFO or Bigfoot?
Ooh, Bigfoot.
Zombies or vampires?
Vampires.
Crunchy peanut butter or smooth?
Crunchy.
Air guitar or air drums?
Air drums.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Drive fast or drive slow?
Depends on the situation. I'm going to go with drive fast.
And this one, I don't know if it's going to fit you or not, but tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Okay. That is it. That went well. That works. That's fun.
Yep, that was fun.
All right. So the purpose of tonight's show, we are here for a reason. We are taking a moment from Eagles playoff or NFL playoff tonight to give you a few minutes and everyone here to tune in. Hopefully, I'm going to bounce back over to our comment section. We can keep up with them. Get a little Q&A here. You've done an amazing job this in preparation, Rob, going on Instagram and Facebook, doing a little Q&A, trying to stir the pot and get some hype and hopefully addressing some important topics. So I think maybe the best way to get rolling is, why don't you give us that little spiel about where we're going to park and what was new? You might have that little flow chart to hold up about how the vendor area has exploded. How's that sound?
So for anybody that's been there before, you will not come into USTE through Cedar Lake Woods and Gardens. You will come into USTE through the Devil's Den. If you don't know where that is at, it's the very next road past Cedar Lakes. We have a big banner that's 4 feet tall and 8 feet across that says, Ultimate Scale Truck Expo with the dollhouse and the whole thing across it. That will not be at Cedar Lake Woods and Gardens. That sign, when you first pull in, will be down at Devil's Den. It's just right next door. That's the big one. It'll be one way in this year, one way out. So you're going to go in through Devil's Den and you're going to leave through Cedar Lake Woods and Gardens. That is the single biggest thing that I could possibly tell anybody, because that is the biggest thing that's changed. We have our infield inside of vendor row is 43,700 square feet plus this year. So if you ever been in a big building like a Sam's Club, we're that size, plus or minus. Well, I'll be on the small side. Depends on the Sam's Club, right? I should say that. Depends on the Sam's Club. Those are generally, I don't know, between 40 and 80,000 square feet, a big one. So it's massive. Vendor row's huge. It's 190 feet long by 230 feet the other direction. So we're getting close to the size of a football field. Well, we're actually bigger by square footage. We're bigger than a football field.
Okay.
By length. We have 46 vendors on vendor row this year. So that's 46 different RC companies that you can go and schmooze and talk to and ask questions about their products, buy their products, technical info. And some of the people on vendor rows, they do sell things, like they do have wares for sale, but it would be like Pennsylvania, Blake, Metal Masher. He's on vendor row with his metal bodies and the molds and all the tooling, everything that he does to make those metal bodies. I know you know who I'm talking about, right, Peter? I know you know who I'm talking about. But some of these other people, they don't know who he is. And they might not have even ever heard of metal bodies. He's on vendor row. And you can literally go stand right next to him, shake his hand, and he'll bend your ear on how he does it. He'll show you how he does it. He's teaching a class at USTE. And he sells those bodies. Therefore, he does something nobody else does. He's on vendor row. It's quite the experience if you've never been. And we've had high praise from from a lot of, I won't say everybody, but from a lot of people, we've had very high praise compared to other large, ground-based RC events is the easiest way to say that. So, yeah.
Well, Rob, I think you kind of glazed over something there real fast with that teaching the class. That's that whole other aspect to the expo is these classes that you're doing. And that sometimes is worth it. The price of admission alone to, I don't know, if you can't humble yourself for a few minutes to pretend like you're a master solderer, like humble yourself and just say, you know what, I might learn something new today, and go enjoy that experience and listen to this, what the person does. You might have a completely different take on how to solder. I'm sure you're going to learn something new. I guarantee it. So I would tell everybody, take advantage of the classes.
I think we have 9 classes this year throughout the weekend. And we haven't had a whole bunch of people complain about the price, but there's always those few. It breaks down. If you get a weekend pass, it breaks down to $35 a day. Yeah, if you get a pre-sold ticket, it's $35 a day. And then if you just did the classes and nothing else at USTE, yeah, what's the education worth? I don't know. It's definitely worth $35. So.
Right. I totally agree. Peter, I didn't want to cut you off. Did you have a comment from there?
Yeah, we got 2 questions that came in. You see, I
Please.
raised my hand, right?
Yes. No, that's perfect, Pete. Keep them coming.
So one question came in. Are ticket sales up from last year, attendance wise?
Yes, they are. Yep.
So ticket sales are up. That's good. And another question, is there an event schedule posted yet?
Schedule. So we're working on the schedule right now. And I will go back to your ticket sales. Are they up? When you said that, I thought you meant the price of the tickets. And I was like, absolutely, the price of the tickets went up. Ticket sales themselves, as in number of tickets sold, I honestly have no idea.
Okay.
I have to catch myself so I don't say something bad, because I'll get in trouble for my better half. What we have found this is year 7 of the event, but it's year 8 with regards to preparation and doing all the stuff for the event. What we have found is that pre-ticket sales do not directly correlate to how many people are coming to the event. And I will tell you with absolute certainty, there are a number of very well-known vendors that used to ask every year how many tickets we had pre-sold. And I can tell you that it does not bleep, 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 matter how many tickets you have pre-sold. Because, I hate to say it, I wish this wasn't true, but people just wait. They don't buy tickets online when they know that they can keep their money in their pocket and show up day of and buy their tickets at the event. So, yeah, that's my spiel on that.
I think it makes perfect sense.
Yep.
But the cost has gone up. Is that what you were so?
Yes. The ticket cost did go up. We're at $110 if you pre-buy your tickets. That means you go on the website right now and buy your ticket. It's $110. If you wait until the day of the event, we have an unlimited number of tickets, right? So it's not like, well, we only sell 799. And if you're the 800th person at registration, we're turning you away. That's not how this works. Unlimited number of tickets. We have room for, 15 or 1,800 people. If you wait until day of the event, they go up by $20. The reason for that is because that slows down our registration process by a staggering amount. The people that are pre-registered, it's bang, 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 bang. We can get you through the gate, get your armrests on there, sign the waiver, go have fun. And when we have to wait to take money, what's your name? It all has to be data entered. That slows us down a drastic amount. Now, $20 isn't the end of the world for anybody that I'm aware of, but that is still, it's a penalty. Then that's why we have that penalty. We want you to pre-register. It saves us a ton of time. So, yep.
So you're being a good human and saving a buck. So help them out, get pre-registered, and the sooner you do that, the sooner you can get out on the trail and have fun, or get out and experience what USTE has to offer. So what is the year? What is this the 7th year that we're dealing with?
Yeah, this is the 7th year, and I say it's the eighth year for Corey and myself and Amanda. This would be the 8th year because it starts. You know, we were over a year before we do. I think we were 14 months before we actually had the first one because we didn't know what the heck we were doing. You know, we just knew we were but we didn't know. We had no idea what we were doing. So that took us 14 months before we had the first one. So that's why I say for us, this is year 8. For the event, it's the 7th event.
Officially. Okay. And I'm telling you, the one thing that you get is a lot of good feedback, a lot of repeat customers. And I mean, the things I hear out on the street is, you know, the event continues to grow. And obviously you're proving that with the number of new vendors coming. So trail wise, did I hear correctly? There's not as many trails, less is more.
You did hear that correctly, and that is absolutely why we did that.
Okay.
It takes so many man hours to get all these trails. So, and I should say that if you don't understand the Florida growing season, which is, well, it's year round. Things never stop growing here ever. It takes so much effort to get these trails put back in year after year after year. And I made a conscious decision after talking to one of my confidants that was a better course of action, to lose the 2 trails that are furthest away from Vendor Row and concentrate more on the 10 other trails. I mean, there's still 10 trails, right?
Right.
More effort on those 10 other trails, make them nicer, more dioramas, a cleaner, smoother driving surface. Put our time into a smaller area than trying to do it all at once.
I think it's a great idea. And if maybe someone that's never been to a trail at USTE, the level of detail that you guys put into a trail, you're not going to experience this at other places where you're literally raking lines to simulate a truck that's been driving through the woods for the last 40 years and literally paved the way along. Like, that's the kind of scale detail photo that you can get when you're down on your belly taking photos. The attention to detail, even on the trails, is just amazing.
It's challenging too. So the growing season is one thing, but the property we use has cattle on the property, like grazing cattle, and that's a year-round thing. Well, newsflash, if you guys don't know this, cattle are really destructive. Like, cattle are so destructive to tiny truck trails, right? I mean, you can have a cow pie that's literally 24 inches across that covers the trail, or right on top of a stack of rocks, or they don't know how to walk, so they literally kick some of the rock work that we spent years putting together, and it's scattered all over the place. So we have to go back through that and restack those rocks, clean the trails. Like, it is a major undertaking. And I actually saw on Facebook this year, somebody posted somewhere, and the comment was, hey, is it true that you have to put in all the trails, or you take down everything every year? That's what it was. It says, is it true that you take down everything every year? And I'm like, yeah, it's not my property. I don't own that place. I wish I did. So yeah, every diorama, all the trails, all the gate markers, all the flags, all the bridges, everything that you see out there, it all comes down. And usually it's down the next day. Monday, it's all gone. It's literally gone. And we've had people try to go back to the gardens like 2 weeks later because they want to drive on the courses, which you cannot do. You will get thrown off the property. And one of the comments is, the courses are literally gone in 2 weeks. You can barely see where they were at. That's Florida. Between the rest of the leaf fall after February and then the rain and everything grows, it's shocking how fast they disappear.
Wow. And not to mention the wildlife, like, I mean, snakes, and what are those nasty little ants, those fire ants that rip me apart? Like, so you need
one here. Yeah. Well, we got fire ants. We got, there's every kind of small mammal you can think of. So we have possums, armadillos, and raccoons. We have foxes. We have gopher tortoises. We have box turtles. We have I mean, like you name it, as far as varmints go, small animals, we have all of them. There are hogs that are still out there. Mostly none of that stuff will bother you except for the fire ants.
Yeah, don't lay on the fire hill.
Mike knows that. Mike knows
If
that.
you lay down on the ground to take a picture of a dollhouse truck, that's great, but just don't stay on the ground for an extended period of time.
I learned quickly. So if there was one thing that you really wanted to get out to the public, the main purpose of tonight's show was to make sure everybody knows where they're going to enter. I'm assuming that once we get on the street and as we're approaching, you're going to have signs pointing where we're heading. You guys
won't miss it. You won't miss it.
Okay. Yeah, this is that time of the year where you start seeing in the discussion group what people are working on. And I think, you know, you were name dropping a little bit like earlier, RC every day. Again, if this is something that you're on the fence for and you're is this something that works for me? Is this something I want to do? You know, as Rob was saying, like an RC everyday booth, like here the guy sits and he's set up for you to come and enjoy what he does. And now you're two RC geeks freaking out over the same thing. And it makes it great that you can bring all these people together for us to just hang out. We can't go to Christmas dinner with our families and talk like this. This is that time of the year where you get to go and literally geek out with other dollhouse builders and modelers and just that get it.
Yep. Yeah. And RC every day is a good one because he'll, you know, like what's the rat rod stuff that he does? It doesn't matter. You could pick one, any of his rat rods.
Right.
He'll set it down right in front of you, roll it over, and like he'll go through the whole thing top to bottom and show you how he did it and tell this is why I did this. This is why I did that. You can tell him what you're working on. He'll give you ideas, and you just can't get that through Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, right? It's the person-to-person interaction. You just can't get that anywhere else. So. Yeah.
And I'm sure we could sit here for a couple hours just rattling off that, but that was just like kind of an example of like what you're getting and approachable people to come and hang out. Not to mention you're flexing a whole lot of sponsor donations there behind you. And
yeah, that's only a few.
I'm sure. I think the FMS is a great highlight there. You've got to be scratching your head with amazement and extremely proud of a brand like FMS. Look at where they have come since showing up at USTE in the last year, 2 years now. Wow, they've come a long way and doing some FMS very fun stuff.
They're doing a really good job at making all these other people look really bad.
You know, right? And
with regards to USTE anyways, I mean, we're the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo, and there's only one brand right now that builds a scale truck, and that's FMS, and they build a whole bunch of different ones. So, you know,
there's options out there.
I wish that everybody else would catch up. I'd love to see Axel release like a legitimate scale vehicle of any variety, of any flavor. Same thing goes with, Element. Same thing goes with Traxxas. Although I have to say that Bronco's pretty nice, but it's on portals. So, I mean, is it really a Bronco? I don't know.
Yeah, we're probably going to get a lecture from you on portals. I'm sure. You are a tiny tire, super scale kind of guy.
Portals belong on all kinds of Unimogs.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it is. But, here's the thing. This is the difference between FMS and the other builders, right? The guys that have portals, what do portals do? What do? They give you tons of ground clearance.
Yep.
They raise the vehicle up. And then when you shove a big tire under there, what does that mean? That means you can drive the trucks anywhere. And that's not scale. That's not even remotely scale. But they're not marketing to super geeky scale people like the nerds, right? They're marketing to the masses. So they want to make a truck that looks okay, that's at a certain price point, but that performs ridiculously well, right? They're trying to make money too, right? There's a breakover point there. Although I would argue that FMS is doing very well. It's just, different strokes for different folks. And I've seen people take, you name it, it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if you have an element truck and they put a bunch of time and effort into it, and they're unbelievably awesome models, right? It can be turned into that.
Yes.
Same thing goes with Axial, same thing goes with Traxxas, same thing goes with you name it, right? It can be done.
It can, all of them. I mean, I think the Rebel last year, the RebelCon did, it turned heads last year at Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. I mean, out of the box, we're getting turn signals and brake lights, like very cool.
Build to manufacture stuff, that's the inexpensive stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like turn signals and brake lights, like in the grand scheme of everything, that costs nothing.
Right.
For very little.
Very little. And, you know, and you've got options out there. So if you're looking to go shopping and try and learn and experience what it means to drive a scale trail, this is the time to do it. Like, people come to this event and it's a friendly atmosphere. You run a tight ship. You're very good on the microphone, you know, coordinate and lay down the law, basically. We want to make sure when you walk past the Operation 11 Charlie section, they are put somewhere special for a reason. They like, and you respect that area when you go past there. You know, no foul language, no loudness, you know, and you keep a very tight ship. So this is a very family fun event. You know, we don't even have to go out there and, you know, like, there's no pot smoking there, you know, least in your face in the public. They're like, if you want to go sneak off somewhere, maybe, but if you get caught, Rob's going to kick you out. You run a tight ship and no funny business.
I understand that, because it's not negotiable.
Yep. So. And you know what? Do you ruffle some feathers along the way? Do you, you know, maybe some?
I do.
Yeah.
You bet your ass. And I have no problem doing that.
What I do respect a lot is the family fun. This is an atmosphere that you can bring your children. You're encouraged to please bring your family and your kids and know that they're in good company. There isn't a bunch of punks running around getting crazy, except for Jeremy Griffith. But that's a whole other side. We keep him on a leash.
We don't count Jeremy.
We have a certain time frame that you can let Jeremy Griffith off of his leash and do his thing, and Nick Barber. You know, we can't defend what those two do.
I bet you ears are still ringing after. When did I lose my mind? Somebody was smoking out there. Was that 2 years ago or 3? I don't know. Somebody was smoking. I got wind of it, literally. And let me tell you, I don't think I said any 4-letter words on the microphone, but you could have heard a pin drop when I was done.
Yeah. Well,
so
like I said, you might ruffle some feathers along the way, but this is a very good event. You know, really just come and hang out with good people, like-minded RC enthusiasts that, you know, and RC Supremacy, your boy, Brad was selling the shirt that would like really struck a hardcore with us. That I love Dollhouse Rigs. I might even wore it tonight for him. I love Dollhouse Rigs. Like, I mean, this is the kind of stuff we're geeking out over. You know, I can't wait, and I can sense the hype. I trying not to make Peter too darn jealous right now. I know Peter has been a soldier right now, really taking this one on the chin and, you know, looking at the glass half full, but I know he wishes he would be there with us, and hopefully next year we'll get back on track and sync up and be able to come together. We will do the best we can to rub it in his face and post as many pictures and video as we can.
That's funny. Yeah, that's one thing I can't even, you know, keep track of, especially the last 2 years anyways. You know, I guess as the title of the boss, I like to keep track of all the content that comes out of it. So, you know, everybody has a YouTube channel or an Instagram account, and there's like thousands of pictures and hundreds of videos, it seems, every year. And I try to watch all of them. And what I find on these videos is that I don't remember seeing that truck, or, you know, where did this truck come from? Like, I see all these rigs and I'm like, I'm there running the thing and I don't remember seeing these trucks, like really nice trucks too. So I love doing that. I love watching every single video I possibly can. And I guarantee you, I don't see all of them. I know I don't see all of them. There's just too many to keep track of.
Well, you're even a part of judging the show and shine. So that goes to show you something, that even if it's not in that, out there to be judged, there might even be more trucks back at the table. So you need to be going past all of these tables, going up, checking them out, and keep both eyes open and keep your head on a swivel, because you're going to miss something.
The only judging that I ever did was last year. Was that last year? It must have been last year. I judged something for the semis. 2 years ago as a semi. And I asked everybody. So you gotta know. I think you know this, Mike, but I'm friends with a lot of people, and I'm friendly with everyone. But when I judge, I don't care who you are. And I literally asked. There were a couple of guys there. One of them is a really good friend, and I'm like, I'm going to judge this, and I'm not picking favorites. And I made every person there agree to that, or else I wasn't going to do it. And they all did. And my buddy had a really nice truck, and he missed it because he had a wire inside the cab of his truck. I could see a red wire going through the window. And if he'd had a curtain, I'd have picked his truck. And I
wow.
I don't even remember what it was for, but I was like, oh, it was this close. He was so close. So yeah.
We got a question that came in.
GCM guys, they're doing the complete gallery. I'm not doing anything with any of that this year. Thank goodness. It's their baby to run. They're taking it over. So that's freaking awesome. I love that.
Peter, you said a question came in?
Yeah. So somebody put in the chat room, Rob, do you have any downtime to take a break and enjoy the event? I know the answer to that question.
Peter knows the answer to that. No. The answer is no. So last year I did hide, or let's see, where was last year I hid in I won't tell you whose booth. I hid in another vendor's booth, like in the back. I found a chair, and I actually had like 30 minutes to not do anything. So I sat in a chair for 30 minutes and BS'd with a vendor. But that's about as much time as I get. I mean, if you look at our schedule, which will be going out tomorrow, we think. If you look, when the schedule comes out, look at the times and look at what's happening. Time, what happens, time, what happens, time, and go down this whole thing. There's no free time. Somebody has to be on the microphone saying, hey, the next class is going to start at this point in time. Hey, the trail's open at this point in time. Hey, we're doing a side-by-side drag on this course. Hey, we're doing this. I mean, it's nonstop for 3 days. So if you want to come and do trails, that's fine. Just know that if you're coming to run your trails, you can run your trails at home. You've got local trails near you, wherever that is. If you're in California, if you're in Oregon, if you're in New York, if you're in Ohio, if you're in wherever you're from, you have trails at home you can run. Now, they might not be Florida trails, but you do have trails local. What you don't have is access to this many vendors. You don't have access to that at home.
Yeah.
You don't have access to the classes we put on at home, right? You don't have access to the people that are on vendor row that you only get a chance to see once a year for the most part, right? I mean, all of our vendors they live all over the United States. So yeah, if you live in California and you're somewhere near Associated, sure, you can go talk, maybe you can drop in and talk to those guys, but the rest of us, we don't have that access, right? If you live in Ohio, sure, you can drop by, the Kirby family farm and go see K&K Hardware and talk to Mike. But the rest of us don't have access to that. And it's like that whole market, it all comes to here, and this is where they're all at, and you have access to that. But if you're running around on the trails for 3 days, you're missing a giant portion of what USTE is. So.
Yeah, I think Addie said it best. It's just so much to do and so little time. The schedule that we were talking about that you are working on, will it be that detailed with actual start times for every class? Will that then be posted somewhere that we can reference on a phone and pull up, or posted somewhere, or is that both?
Joy says she thinks she will put it on the website.
Okay. I think
it will be on the website.
Okay.
It'll be on the website. It'll be on our Facebook page. It'll be on our Instagram page.
Easy access to be able to see this and be alerted.
And it gets printed on a giant, I mean, probably a 4-foot tall, 3-foot wide banner. So when you come in, you know, the big 8-foot by 8-foot signboard with all of our sponsors, 74 sponsors this year.
Wow.
All RC companies. It will be printed right next to that banner when you walk in. So you walk up with your cell phone and you go clink and you take a picture of it, and then the schedule's on your phone the whole time you're there. Yep.
Okay, perfect. How about food trucks? Anything new, exciting to look forward to in the world of feeding us?
We have 5 food vendors on site this year, or 6. 5 or 6, I actually don't know. But I know this. One of them is a donut truck. One of them is a hot donut truck. I am like super pumped about that one.
Huh.
Yeah. Yep. Hashtag sign me up.
Yeah. Sugar, sugar me. Okay. That's exciting. That's new. So they'll be there all 3 days, or?
Yep. They'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, there's other exciting things like that nobody cares about. I mean, the staff, we all care about that stuff, but there's other things that you guys just really wouldn't care about.
Okay.
I mean, we think they're just riveting, but you guys, you know, the normal person will be like, well, that's kind of dumb, whatever. You can ask. It's okay, Mike. You can ask.
Well, I'm dying to know.
We got a like a mobile dumpster to have on site, so we can take our trash bags and throw the trash in the dumpster, and then it's going to get hauled away on Sunday or Monday. I forget. I don't know. Monday. I mean, that's a big deal. You have no idea.
No, wait. A mobile dumpster? Say this again.
Yeah, we're literally having a roll off, like a rollback dumpster dropped just so we can throw all of the garbage that we have in the dumpster, so that none of us have to leave the event and go make a dump run.
Wow. Okay. So this is
during the event.
We're going to look behind the curtain now. Now you're really sharing the nitty gritty. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this is huge. It's
this
massive.
Is our YouTube channel just blew up. Bro, we're going to be at 20,000 followers tomorrow now. Dang.
It's all the things behind the scenes that nobody thinks about. I swear it really is. Yep.
Wait, we need to thank Fishing Bill here for our update. It sounds like our birds are up 14-0. And that's exciting. So I have that to look forward to when we get off of here. There might be a chance the Eagles are going to pull this off. Anybody a football fan at all? I mean, Peter and I got this little New York Philly thing going right now.
It's still early in the game, man.
All right. Rob, so what I want to end on here, I think we talked RC enough, but at the end of the day, Rob, you're a full-size, like, geek, like Bronco, like full-size stuff. And you have a badass garage where you're doing this work. And so is that true? I mean, you are a one-to-one guy, right? Like, was that your passion first and then RC came, or?
No, definitely RC. I mean, I got my first hobby grade RC when I was 6 years or maybe 7 years old.
So RC led you down this path to say, I need to have one of them.
Well, I mean, I learned to drive. I learned to drive on a Bronco. My granddad's Bronco.
Wow.
Like many people. My uncle used to have this. My grandpa had that. So yeah, I learned to drive on a Bronco. And then I am definitely a full-size geek, though. Joy will tell you that.
But Rob, are you doing some restorations now for other people? Are you making side money off of this gig a little bit?
No, Lord, I would never do that. No way. The aggravation is way too much to do that for other people.
So yeah, all those toys in your garage is just for your personal hobby?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I only have 2. I mean, they're like potato chips, Mike. You can't just have one.
Got it. Say no more.
Do you still have peaches?
Patches. No, I sold patches.
Oh, you did?
Now, yes, I did.
Oh, that was
my
favorite.
It was?
Yep. Well, wait till you see Pache.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll send you a picture after we're done.
Well, Rob, you've hogged the camera there a lot. Behind the scenes, joining us tonight, it takes a small army. Not asking to put them on camera. They don't need to show their faces, but we do need to acknowledge that there is a small army that helps keep this thing going. You know, I don't know if you want to call them out by name or just thank the people. You're going to, Palmer, hello. We need to thank the ones that help keep this going. Oh, wait, come on. All right. But listen, we thank you, ladies, for all that you do.
Yes.
For making Rob look good and helping him along the way. So thank you. And again, I'm sure this is just probably a small part of it. And when you're there at the event, you see all the people behind the booth making this all go smooth and give everybody this wonderful experience. So thank you to you, Rob, and your army of help.
Yeah, well, it's might be, and you've heard me say this, might be my name behind the event, but it's definitely not all my actions. It's a massive undertaking, and I think we have, I don't know, 18 or so people that are pretty hardcore. That
wow,
a lot of time. So yep.
Wow. So this is your last chance, Rob. Is there anything that you feel like we didn't hit on? Are you holding anything back? Do you think that somebody should know, need to know? I know.
Our micro course this year will be 30 foot by 30 foot square.
Wow.
Roughly. The semi truck area has grown this year. It will be roughly 65 by 40. The vintage buggy track, we shrank down slightly to 30 by 40. That lost about 6 feet on the long side. There will be a 12 by 24 rear wheel drive drift track, 1/10 scale rear wheel drive drift track. And there will be a 10 by 20. Actually, that's going to be like an 8 by 18 foot micro drift track this year.
Micro. Oh, now we're talking RC supremacy's language here. Okay. The 1/10 scale rear wheel drive drift track, is that on for display and show purposes, or is that something you're encouraging people to come and go out and play?
Yeah, if you have a rear wheel drive drift car, you should 100% come out and drift on it. It is not just for display, although we do use it for the street class gallery. We do use it there, but it's to be driven on.
They put on a good show last year. A couple of real drifters were out there flexing and showing how it should be done. You know, I learned very quickly that I'm not a drifter. I'm what they would call a power slider. You know, just letting it rip is not drifting. This controlled drift that they're doing is ridiculous.
It's the hardest thing in RC that I've ever done, and that includes helicopters.
Wow.
Drive drifting is the hardest thing, because you have to let it's complicated. If you've never done it, the guys that run that street brake circuit, he's just south of me in Clearwater.
Yep.
He actually has a legit giant diorama drift course inside of
nice.
Any of those guys will show you and more than likely let you try to drift.
Yeah.
It is not, well, if you watched them,
watch their finger, and you're seeing what's going into this. You know, where you
not, the cars don't move very fast. It's not like you're driving a race bug or a 4-wheel drive touring car, right? It's not these things are slammed and they're super twitchy and they're all over the place, or an F1 car. These are very slow,
feathering it around.
Yeah, and to watch them do it, it's pretty damn artistic. It's very, very cool. And their cars are ridiculously detailed, scaled out to the max. I mean, like broken turn signals and exhaust that's dragging the ground and falling off. And I mean, they're really, really cool stuff that they do on the model inside with their cars. You're
going to go home wanting to build a drift car when we're done. I can see this now. Oh boy. Yep. This place, it makes me go broke. All right. Rob, I want to thank you and everyone there. Peter, you didn't miss any questions that we need to nail. I think at this point, we're just going to buckle up and hang on tight. We're about 3-4 weeks out. I know a few people are still just starting some really intense builds. A few people are wrapping up. Some are ready. But the whole point of this is we're very close. We're do you have the actual day? What is the countdown clock saying? Do we know it?
I have no idea.
All right.
You'd think I would.
We're under a month. Yeah, you think you should have something on your phone running right now. But we're under a month, I'm sure. Yeah, we're under a month.
We are less than a month, yeah.
We're less than a month. That's scary. Okay. Let's hear. Oh boy.
Somebody wants to know how many porta potties you're gonna have.
More than we had last year.
And that on the porta potty comment, that's what you were saying when you're basically renting all of this stuff for that event. You are renting dirt for a weekend. You are renting all these porta potties and all this stuff, and then it disappears, the wood and so when you're there, take a look around and see what it takes to make this circus happen, and realize it's just being all rented and will have to disappear. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
ridiculous, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
there's a lot of money that goes one direction.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's amazing what you pull off, but for not owning the property, this is what has to be done.
Yep.
You know, well, listen, I can't thank you enough, sir. We're going to see you in under a month. But you don't need us to hold your hand. If there is any last minute updates that we did not touch on today, you know how to press that live button and make sure we are all notified. But the most important thing, everybody, is keep a lookout and hold joy to it to get this schedule posted ASAP so we know when these classes are going to happen and whatnot. But yeah, we're excited and we can't thank you enough.
Yeah, thank you. And have a great event, Rob. I'll see you next year for sure.
Perfect.
Probably.
Well, good luck keeping track of everything that goes down, Peter, because I can't do it.
Well, listen, with my kids or without my kids, I will be there next year with a booth, Joy. Don't worry. Treal will have a booth next year. Mark my words, if I have kids with me or not. Or
That's
divorced, awesome. One or the other, I'll be there. Don't worry.
Don't do that. Don't go that far.
Awesome. All right, Rob, we'll see you soon.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Had fun.
All right, bud. Take care.
See ya.
All right, Pete. You're doing well, Pete. You're keeping a brave face there for us. I know we rubbed it in. We kind of dumped some salt in the wound. Sorry. It had to be done, bud.
That's all right. As long as we go live, as long as you show me what's going on there, we go live once, we'll be all right.
Thank you, Fishing Bill, for keeping us updated. Operation 11 Charlie, what's going on, guys? And Bobby RC Garages is here. And Peter, I don't know if you're able to get over to your booth or not, but I can
hear me.
I can hear you fine. Yeah. Bobby RC Garages is the one that put these. Here's the back piece of it. All right, I'm not doing it any justice. Thank you. We'll let Peter do it. Yeah, Bobby, great job on these micro 24 scale garages. He left a couple of them for us to give away to the public. Thank you. They turned out great. That QR code on the center of the floor will link you right over to the YouTube channel. So yeah, they turned out great. They look amazing. Oh, what is this new toy you have here, sir?
So I before the show, I've been building this thing, and I got it functioning, but it's a scale engine lift.
Yep.
That goes off 3S. And
with a hydraulic lift, isn't it?
And it actually works.
Wow. Yeah, I did see that. I saw that on Alibaba or somewhere. I was farting around one day and I came across it. That is cool.
Yeah, so that's what I've been working on. I actually painted today. I got a FMS body behind me, so the whole room stinks like spray paint.
Yikes.
The things we do in the Northeast.
Yeah, spraying inside is never fun.
Yeah. So look at this little guy, all primed and ready to go. We're gonna go with
the
black. Yeah.
Snap. Nice.
Yeah, try to work on things in between, but you know, like I don't know. I think you saw my post. So working on that FMS, man. Did the whole Treal jewelry, man. Got this. I was talking to Jeremy about this. So it's very interesting when the FCX 24 came out with plastic gears, right? So, I do the whole Treal extension kit, increase the rear of it. I started up last night. I hit drive. Car goes this way. Drive shaft goes that way. Turns out that they use Phillips head screws to go into the spider gear and the diffs stripped out. So I ordered metal gears. So I'm going to change them. But I don't know if you looked in your axles. Some of them come with the metal. When they changed the model, they started putting metal gears in the portals. So half of the trucks I have are all metal. This one happened to be all plastic. So,
Yikes.
So that's what I worked on last night, changing the metal gears, and now I'm waiting for the diff gears. So, but yeah, busy week though. Work. Trucks. This thing. Had this thing outside. Got a little dirty. But.
It's the people's car from FMS, man. Every time I turn around, there's just some little attention to detail on those things. Very, very, very cool. Very pleased with that. What a fun truck. We did put something together. Carryall's ready to drop. So you kind of, what, we're going to hold off. I will tell you, the blue, and you can see the green. This is the green and blue accented official USTE sling bag, and that is the color concept. That is what she will look like. The green with the blue, your official USTE sling bag is done. These are the ones that we will have at our vendor booth. In the green and blue set up like that. The blue kinetic cord is to hold your controller. The green kinetic cord, the blue and green, bro, it just pops. It really ties into a lot of the whole USTE logo and whatnot. So that is their sling bag. And then obviously, head over to Crawler Colt and Crawler Volt. Crawler Volt's got some exclusive numbered patches available. Crawler Colt just dropped the tiny little patches, those like 1/4 inch size little patches, perfect for filling those little spots on your bag where you just have a little bit of extra Velcro. So when we did this bag, we added Velcro on all sides so that you can put your patches. Then obviously we added the pocket for the water bottle. When we literally had these things manufactured to these specs so that you could get these little key features. These are things that you can't buy in any other sling bag configuration this way. This was built for us that way. You had that blue one done. Yeah, we did that blue one just for you. That was special.
Yeah, I'm not ordering no more blue trucks. But so Mike and I talked about this for everybody that's on the channel that will watch the show during the week. So I got an interesting comment today.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, well, Fish and Bill, don't post the score no more.
No, please do. Please do.
21-0, that's fine. They're winning. So it was interesting. I posted a throwback of the V2 today on the Carryall fan page. Somebody threw out an interesting comment about the towel. Now, I remember, if people remember when the towel came out, everybody was like, well, what are we going to do with this towel?
It is. This was designed.
It was designed for a specific purpose. And you know what? Does it work? Absolutely.
100%.
You're out in the rain. You're on the trails. You don't want to get your bag dirty. So somebody commented and said, where do I get this? So then we will
put it up on the website. Yeah.
I got a second comment, Mike. I didn't tell you. Where do I get this? So, the answer is
we have them.
Yeah,
they're ready.
They're going to go back live. And, if you want that towel, it's definitely good to.
The red ones we did for the team drivers as an accent color and a place that like a badge for them to stand out. But obviously, if you're a golfer, you can really relate to this. It was a great place to keep your hands dry, keep sweat off your face. But it is a mud flap when you're hanging your truck on the backpack. And it clips at the top. We have the grommets here at the top, and with the carabiners, it hangs right on the top of the bag. Now we did this one up special to show off tonight with the Radrcahow logo. Obviously, we can work with you if you need a custom logo done. You want that unique little show off flex piece. We'll work that out also. But you're right, Pete. It's going to kick our rear end in gear, but we will also have the mud flap towels available with us at our vendor booth at USTE. Also,
great.
We'll have our towels available. We'll have plenty of bags. We have more than enough special edition X2 backpacks, and we'll have the special edition sling bag available at USTE, and ahead of time, special pricing and numbered. They will all come with something a little exclusive that you won't be able to buy on the website, but you'll be able to get it at USTE with that configuration. We'll throw in some patches and some stickers, things that you just can't get anywhere else. You need to come to USTE to be able to pull off the exclusive sides of these fun little things.
It sounds like, and you'll have some rad stuff too, right? You'll have
the
stickers, the
we got
garage.
Radrc show. Look for the banner. You'll see us. It'll be right there at the same Carryall booth. The Radrc show. We'll have scale banners and stickers and all kinds of fun stuff that we'll be doing there.
So
100%.
One other thing that this week, well, last week, but so these 1.0 foams, I just have to point it out. I mean, they were uploaded to A-Main's website, but when we showed it last week, they're installed in right here, Mike. So you can see the drive shaft hanging.
Oh boy.
So these are my favorite tires. These are the Powerhobby. I know you like these. These are the Powerhobby Mud Boss. What a great tire these are. So these got the 1.0 foams. I'm telling you, I love these. Definitely great. They were finally uploaded this week into A-Main's website. Definitely pick up a set of these. Designed for the TRX 4M, but you can get creative, and like I said, these are in the Mud Bosses. Great tire, that reef servo, man. I tell you, man, it's a little overkill, but we know a lot of people that put a little too much power into servos. But
absolutely.
yeah. So once I get this fixed up and paint the body, she's done. Move on to the mesh again. I got a color scheme and everything, so that's the next project.
I'm glad that they did a 1-inch tire for the TRX 4M. I gotta be careful here that I don't shut anything off. I'm piling stuff up here on my computer. Peter, I just wanted to show you something. Hang on, I'm gonna move this box down here. I'm getting it all tight space here. Oh, I put it over here. Now this all will tie in nicely. This down here. Peter, when we went to USTE last year, right? Do you remember? Let's see here. I had it out earlier. Now I got everything wet. I spilled my water on it, but that doesn't matter because they are waterproof. Look at these cool little, if you're looking for that little license plate, that scale license plate, RC Plate Shop, they come on a cool little card like this. They come in a couple of different sizes. I did KNIGHT, Night. And do not think James Knight RC has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with is that Michael Knight, look at, you had the one, that was the exclusive one that RC Plate Shop did up for USTE. That is perfect. So Knight Custom, James, not James Knight, Michael Knight. That is what we are doing, a theme build on the Night Runner, a Night Rider. That is what we're doing. I got this cool little gadget here. It's an actual light. You remember on the front of Kit, on the Kit car with the red light that goes in the back and forth on Kit? We're going to do the same thing on the front of the Night Runner, like really embracing the whole side of it, of the whole Kit build. I stretched a set of, I got 1.9 tires stretched over a 1.5. So the 1.9 wheel with a 1.5 tire raked out over top of it makes it look like a super cool mall crawler, something a little different. I never did one like that. We got the red light for the grill to go in. Like I'm telling you, I'm just starting a whole lot of crap stuff here. And then we got, I'm going to do a whole show on these later. I don't want to steal the thunder from Crazy Crawler's 1-inch foams, but we did get some other new foams in from Flubber Rc. If you have not seen, let me do the best here to see this in the light. These are made out of a silicone, of some sort of alien technology, special silicone print that he uses. I'm going to mount it on a wheel and drive it without anything, so you can actually see the technology and the way that this like goes and presses in layers, like you know, as it's sitting flat. And then as it goes around the rock, to actually see it work is very cool. It does them in all different sizes, all that kind of stuff. There's way more we can talk about with that. But what I wanted to show you, Pete, the build that I'm starting to take down to USTE is I'm taking the TRX4M. Oh, crap. The TRX4M is what's going with me. That's the micro that I'm taking. What Flubber Rc it does is makes hard bodies. This is like this reminds me of the FJ, like the Vanquish Phoenix, and just throwing it together, a real low quick concept. It's got the interior, the dash, the bench seat, everything comes with it. The front grill,
that's a whole kit.
The whole kit comes with the magnetic mount. It's literally paint and drop it. You just need to paint it. Now it's a resin print. This one's like the super detailed resin. Like I can't even get up on the detail in the hinges and stuff. I mean, it is like the most detailed print I've ever seen. It's super quality stuff. So all I need to do right now, tomorrow, the reason I didn't touch this today, believe me, it's killing me that I didn't get going on this, but I wanted to leave it alone for tonight, just to kind of show you. It does need to be wet sanded, and then you hit it with a coat of primer, and then go crazy and paint it whatever way you want. You can do the bed, however, I might, you know, do like some textured wood on the back, really make the bed up that way. But I think I'm going to replicate my Vanquish Phoenix paint job a little bit with the green in the back, blue up front, white top. But yeah, very cool little concept. I will mount the wheels are mounted, the Treal wheels, that old jelly bean style wheel. I got the Powerhobby tires on there. Foams are in, but this is the one I've got to get ready for USTE. So I'm, you know, taking the it was hard. I love this Defender. It wasn't easy to let this one go, but when you see a hard body like this with the interior, I'm all in. I can't wait. So that will keep me busy. And then, Peter, I think the last thing I will end on, and I'll let you talk about what you want to say. There is a truck that got hidden behind this little banner over here. I was all set. I thought I knew what trucks that we were going to take. So flying to USTE, I am spoiled with a 2.5 hour at most flight. The downside to flying, bro, is actually choosing. I can probably get 2 10-scale trucks and a micro safely down there without breaking the bank on luggage and shipping a ton of stuff. So narrowing it down is not easy. So Element threw us a curveball.
Yeah, that was some drop, man.
Element this week drops the Trail Walker in black, right? Now, what was cool about this one, if you notice, this is that scratch and weather. So now I need to get this thing ready. Now, Spare Time Hobbies came through in a jam. It's a very, very sexy little truck. I got some wheels. These wheels actually have valve stems on them, little valve stems. Like I'm getting super geeky regularly, like really geeking out for USTE this year and trying to get as ultra scale as I can. What they did right is Spare Time Hobbies did inner fenders for these, and they were already shipped out. They'll be here by next week's show, but we got to fill out all the inside of this thing and get the interior done, and we'll have a truck ready for USTE. So I'm taking the Trail Walker Black and the Night Runner with the IFS suspension. Those are the two I narrowed it down to. Unfortunately, it's both elements. The only other thing I would do, Pete, in a hurry, in a very last hurry, a curveball, would take the Rebelcon. Obviously, the Rebel would go. We had a blast with the Rebel at USTE.
Yeah, I got the white body coming in, man. Very impressive on the website on Rebel. They got some cool stuff.
They're running a sale right now.
Big sale.
Rebel RC, the title sponsor of this show, is running that big body sale right now.
$39.
30, I think, was it $39.99 ship? No, it didn't include $50. Over $50 you get free shipping. But the email that I got, the email alert, I think there was some for $29.99.
Wow.
Fish and Bill, if you know, yes, go. Wait, what the hell's he saying? What's yes, GA? I don't know if Eddie's is asking something else there. Did I miss Rob?
Zombies wanted to
Wait a minute, Corey. You know what? Just get out of here. Every time Corey just comes for the guests. Who was it last week that Corey came out of the woodwork for? For John Schultz. That's right. Yeah. Corey, you can come and hang out with Pete and I. It's always for the guests. Who's the guest? I'll remember that, Corey. Sad face. Yeah, I got a sad face that you're just not worried about us. Thanks, Corey. We'll do our best to keep you entertained. $100 off the rig RTR. Is that the sale that they're running right now at Revel? $100 off the RTR?
Yeah, so $459 down to $359.
Holy crap!
So
that's a great deal.
That's a good deal for sure.
Definitely that is a great deal.
Pick up another one.
Wow.
Why not have two? Well,
yeah.
I got the white body coming, and then
they got the clear body, the clear, the white, the blue. I'm glad you went with the white. The white's a good one. I'm jealous. I would have went white. Ugh. But the green looked good. There was a few cool options. Or I guess you go clear and paint the darn thing. As soon as we get back from USTE, I'll have the Bushido painted. I got the interior.
Speaking of Bushidos, I check this out. I did a delivery yesterday into an auto shop, right? I had to go through like 5 doors to get into the back of this guy's shop. Guess what he had on his lift?
What?
Two original Samurais. Decking it out. I was like, yo, could I look at this thing? Bro,
what
original
year were
body.
They? Like late 80s?
What?
What year?
Oh, I didn't get that far.
Okay.
Original body, original.
Wow.
It was a mod shop, and I said, wow, man, that's something else to see it live in person. But
that's awesome.
So what else? RC car action. Congrats to Carryall. I got my issue in the magazine, in the mailbox the other day. Congrats to Carryall with the sling bag in there. Good issue. Yes,
that was a great way to start the year off for Carryall, to have the sling bag right there in little highlight on it. Thank you for bringing that up, Pete. I totally forgot all about that. We did post it earlier, but yeah, to get the sling bag in there. I mean, it was a work in progress. We probably started that segment like 2 or 3 months ago at least. I mean, he's been rocking the sling bag for almost a year now, but it took some time to get it all up in there. It's good stuff.
And we just got confirmation, February 11th, we have a guest coming on that the whole internet knows.
Yeah.
She actually just got back to me. RC Girl's going to be joining us.
Nice.
Confirmed February 11th. So right before USTE, we're going to pick her brain.
I'm excited.
Yeah, but she's got a lot of things going on. Her new project working on. She'll talk to us about that. And
fantastic.
Yeah, she just confirmed the other day, February 11th. So we'll have RC Girl Haley on the show and
love it
before USTE. So she wants to know about your plans for USTE. She told me, and
is she going?
Good show. No. She just messaged and said she's curious to learn more about USTE.
Absolutely. That would be great to have her at USTE. That would be fantastic.
So yeah, February 11th will be a good show.
Oh, Richard Kroon, he stopped by this week. How you doing, Rich? Yeah, Richard Kroon came by, checked out the Element Trail Walker Black this week. We dropped the Element off. Yesterday, I went to Washington, D.C., took the family to DC to go and see the FBI. We got a behind the scenes tour of the FBI. We're able to solve some cases and very interactive private tour that we did for my daughter. My daughter, you know, she's in 11th grade. All these talks right now about college. She wants to go to Penn State. She wants to work for the FBI. She's fascinated by serial killers and that whole criminal minds BAU thing, trying to learn the mindset of a psychopath. It must be in her DNA, you know, having a father like psychopath like me, you know, I kind of got my daughter on the wrong track. But we went and did the private tour with them. The FBI, all the men and women at the FBI were phenomenal. They took great care of us. They were great hosts. I mean, you get into the FBI headquarters, there's a freaking Starbucks in there. There is I don't want to disclose too much stuff. Some of it, you couldn't take any photos in there. Had to put your phone in airplane mode. Like everything's like all super classified. All I asked for was take me to the basement. I want to go meet Fox Mulder and learn about the alien stuff. So that did not happen. I can't, you know, make our YouTube channel blow up to 50,000 if I was able to, you know, break the news today we're being invaded by aliens.
Oh, you didn't get arrested or anything?
No. They did want me to. They did want to take my fingerprints. The guy's like, all right, so what we need to do now is simulate an arrest. We need you to place your 4 fingers on here, and we're going to show you how to fingerprint you. I'm like, nah. You are literally going to set off alarms right now if you take my fingerprint. So we will pass on that. And I pulled my son over and I'm like, here, take his fingerprints just in case. I don't know if you guys are looking for me because I did something in my past. Who knows? But we had a blast. We had a great time. But what we did do was we dropped the Trail Walker Black off at Race Place and left it there for the public to see. And then if you are local to the Philadelphia area, there was a big announcement for April 29th. I believe I got that right. April 29th. There's a huge ass show and shine, big celebration, the 5th anniversary for RC Misfits. So big happy birthday to those guys. We're going to celebrate and like rock stars with those guys. And support what they're doing. I might
come out for that.
You should. I think they're encouraging everyone to come from all over. A big blowout in the parking lot. Like, come flex your shelf queens and your badass builds and set up a booth and come hang out at RC Misfits and wish them a big happy 5th anniversary to them. Of course,
maybe I should bring my new shelf queen.
Absolutely. And if you can get Treal to kick on a prize pack, where Carryall's putting up a prize pack, we're putting out the word to any of our sponsors. If you want to donate a prize pack to RC Misfits for this big $2, hit them up and get them on board. You know, we're going to have a trophy for the best build and all. You know, I'm not running it. We're invited and we're going and just going to go hang out, but just putting it out there. I know they're looking for some cool ass prizes to give away.
You know what's funny?
359 RTR. Yeah, again, Fish and Bill, thank you for confirming. 359 RTR. That's a good deal on the Rebel. We love what Jeff is doing with the Rebel. So thank you guys.
You know, it's funny. We talk about shelf queens, right? And, you know, I'm not really a believer. You know, I run my trucks, right? And, you know, when I won that element from you know, this week.
Congratulations. You won the prize from Gecko Trails.
Yeah. So I said to myself, I don't really believe in shelf queens, but I can't see myself banging that thing up. He makes some crazy builds and you know, to have that thing out on the trails, light running. Yeah, maybe, you know, great photos you'll get. But as far as running that thing up, flipping it, I mean, I don't know. But if you remember I told you I sold this is the same truck back to me. I mean, either it's fate or I'm not selling it. I'm not selling no more trucks, but you know, I sold mine after I did all the Knights Customs work. Same truck I'm getting back, just done up time.
I know.
So
when I saw you won, I was like, dude, it's perfect for you. I mean, you're getting her back.
Yeah. So I'm not I guess this and the Phoenix will be my 2 shelf queens. I mean,
Fantastic.
I don't plan on banging up the Phoenix after all
Love it.
that work that Scale Rat did, and so.
I love it. Scale Rat's been busy. I know he's stressing himself out. Scale Rat, if you are looking to meet him at USTE, it is a thing. It can happen. You can put your order in with Robert at USTE if you have something that you want done special. He will also have stuff for sale there. But I know he's stressing himself out trying to get all this stuff done. I know I threw him a curveball at the last second. I ordered an interior for my Night Runner, to have it done off of his resin printer. I can print all that stuff on my 3D printers, but his resin printers, man, it's next level kind of detail. I mean, you've gotten it with your Phoenix and you know what it's all about. So it's worthwhile to hit him up and use him for your printing services, is the best way to say it. So listen, we're going to go celebrate and watch a little bit of Eagles football, try and enjoy some of this. I got some hot wings inside, some pizza, a cheesesteak waiting for me. We're going to try and enjoy some of the playoff celebration here, and hopefully, I don't jinx it and we get another win, and hopefully Dallas loses. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, my dinner is at the front door. So
okay, why don't you go eat? Why don't I thank everyone for tuning in here? Thank you, Eddie's, Fishing Bill, Operation Charlie, Bobby, Eddie's. Scale Rat is doing the limited edition FMS FJ45. I don't know how many of those he has left. I think they're up for sale already. But yes, if you want a FJ45 with that Scale Rat touch, we had him here on the show teaching us how he paints them darn things and makes them look so good. I mean, I gave it a feeble attempt on my end. Without taking everything down here. My feeble attempt, I think I got the windows right. This is weathered off of the coaching hand of somebody like Scale Rat teaching us his technique. Why waste the time? Maybe you don't have an airbrush gun. Maybe you don't have the confidence to lay down the paint on an FJ like that. But the FJ45, thank you, Eddie, for reminding us about the limited. I think it might be 10 of these available. And I think you have a little bit of influence on how you want it done. I don't want to say too much there and get Robert Nay, jam him up. But I feel like there was most of the time it's let him have free reign. But I think if you have some input on what type of weathering you want done, you might be able to ask for the level of detail, the level of weathering that you want done. You want full-blown rust bucket or just a little bit of light dust over top of it? Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think that is it. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, you all. Tomorrow, Sunday, we got one more day to reel and grind. I got some plans for tomorrow for this Trail Walker Black. I'm going to go out tomorrow and get some scuffs and scratches on her. She, the first run with it, I broke a mirror on my left side. The driver's side mirror did break. Nothing that little glue couldn't fix. She's back on. But it's all about getting some scratches. I will tell you, you got to get it hard. Just gliding up along a rock, it's not enough to take that paint off. You really got to get in there and grind along those rocks to start gouging some of that first layer of paint off. But once you do and you expose that red primer, money shot. Looks great.
All right, man. Great
Later.
as always. And we'll catch up tomorrow, and make sure you like, share Facebook and Instagram page. And,
subscribe.
Look forward to seeing everybody next week.
Honestly, people, if you're here hanging out, share the darn page. Please tell your friends. Come, the sooner we get to 500, the sooner we give something away.
All right. We'll see everybody
Thank you,
next
Pete.
week. Look to
All right.
recap tomorrow.